We are all R5 Fiora.
Okay. We said this. I mean, we said the top lane matchup was going to be interesting. We definitely did. I don't know how Olaf into Fiora is supposed to work. Probably going to be pretty Olaf favored in the early levels if I had to take a guess, and slowly slide back to Fiora as the game rolls on.
See, here's the funny part about Fiora. Honestly, either is more serviceable.
And we could see some early action here. B Invictus grouping up as 5, moving through the bot lane. Mr. Post-Nord truck could be at risk here. Fool probably has the hook skilled, and it will be flashed away from massive 5-man route. Gonna put some extra gold into the Seraphine's pocket, but no action.
I don't think they're even going to get bonus gold there because no one was near enough to actually trigger the frostbite.
True. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
no bonus gold.
It will, however, it's not all doom and gloom. That will be a mana flow stack, so 25 mana.
However, it is a flash burn.
More importantly, a deep ward on the, the B Invictus red buff here, so they'll know exactly where their chop is starting, which will make the early ganks a bit harder to find.
And as he will be looking, from what we can see at least, to path down towards this bot lane on his first clear, punishing that Seraphine's flash just became that little bit harder.
Either way, I don't, depending on how chop paths, I don't think there's much that Seraphine's going to be able to do against, the dredge line, the bandage toss, and all that. All the while, the little bullet rain is going to make it hard for her to even get anywhere in the first place.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Karthus level 1, extremely oppressive, which means, they might just end up getting shoved in anyway and gone before Mumu can even arrive, but have to wait and see.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit of trading back and forth. Wibbly diving forward with the electrocute, but a B is going to find him in the back. And not that much action, just both teams grabbing their respective waves.
Yeah, and also both junglers seem to be, full clearing from their red buffs. Something that you have just mentioned that I didn't notice is the, Diana electrocute, which would imply it's going to be a much more bursty build. See a dredge line land, but, there's not really much room there for the kind of vanilla to follow up, so... Not much happening. Oh, and yeah.
Nice double up bounce.
First strike, crit, double up. Yeah. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and you were just talking about how oppressive Karthus is in the early stages in this bot lane. Misfortune proving she can be just as oppressive.
Yeah, that's one thing. This double range team, they don't really have much way to stop.
Oh, is Galungulate gonna get dove on? Gonna be forced to dash over the wall. Has the riposte to slow up Yuna. Axe goes wide and no one commits the flash.
Yeah, Galungulate was found there, dropping a very deep wall into February's jungle, but it's Fiora, you can't catch it.
Make It Rain goes down on to the Karthus as the dredge line going to be dodged away from. Root going to land though from Deja Fool as Moist Swan ticking away with the ignite. Both of the bot lane ignites used and no kill going to be found, but another hook lands onto the Seraphine double up. Not going to bounce, but Killer Vanilla diving for the bandage toss lands. First blood for the Amumu. Moist Swan very, very low. Make It Rain. Can it find the kill? Not quite. No money to be earned this time.
But yeah, that again, talking about those early leads, they found it, at least for now. Put some 1k gold ahead. Would have rather seen it in the pockets of, the kind of vanilla here, but just as fun than a Mumu because, that can sat-shank 4 out of the 5 champs on this team.
Okay, hear me out.
Get ahead.
And getting ahead is something I was just about to touch on. Hear me out. If the Amumu gets far enough ahead where he can go first item demonic into then tanky, just tank stats, he can become incredibly impressive in this game. I mean, you're more of the jungle expert than I am, but having played a lot of Amumu in low elo,
I mean, that is definitely the case. I would have much rather have seen, a blasting one come out here as opposed to a giant's belt. But
yes, we're going to see another gank attempt here in the top lane from Chop. The bandage toss goes wide, and they're just going to call it off there.
yeah, with the minion wave, they're never going to find that second bandage toss there. Which, yeah, that's a neutral lane state. Interesting to see how often actually Big are walking into this jungle and dropping wards here.
Trying to set up the CCTV system on Feb's Viego. But the ward's being cleared out relatively quickly. The early sweeper picked up by both of these junglers. And could prove very fruitful as we're going to see a big fight here in the top lane. Yuna taking a big chunk of damage. Does have the passive lifesteal to heal it back up though.
Yeah, let's quickly look bot lane, watch everything lose a quarter of our HP to a double up, straight back to top lane.
Gotta love it, haven't you? Gotta love it.
Yeah, important to note, Gunglake does have 6 here, so we might actually see an all-in before Yuna can, get the Ragnarok online.
Does also have the Cull, interestingly, in this matchup.
I think he bought that after the first back, just where he was forced away early due to that deep ward.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, for that, not a bad purchase.
No, definitely not. As Yuna under considerable pressure here in this top lane matchup. Like you say, the level advantage for the Fiora, but no, bot lane is where the action's going on. Chop in the area, does not have the level 6, does not have that Curse of the Sad Mummy. Bandage toss going to land. The Karthus is found, knocked up, stunned up, and shut down.
Meanwhile, we did actually, have an all-in there top lane from Gilongulate, which doesn't quite find its mark. Meanwhile, February did go for the counter gank, but didn't manage to get the kill there. Did force the flash out from Gilongulate, so it's not all lost. Although saying that, there could be a dive opportunity here with Gilongulate staying. He doesn't know Yuna's in that bush. He might just get auto reckless swing, but
Spidey sensors activating here for Gilongulate, and he is going to back away. Yuna stepping forward, threatening the axe, and you have to imagine if one undertow was to land, Yuna would look for the dive here. But Gilongulate has his dancing shoes on. Not going to get hit so far, but they may still force the dive. Viego waiting in the wings, Chop on his way. Still does not have that Curse of the Sad Mummy. And they're going to go for the dive. Big riposte coming through from Gilongulate. Feb flashing away, trying to keep himself alive. Ragnarok goes up as the Viego executes. No kill to be found for Cursed Tides, but Chop going to chase down Yuna, and the Olaf falls.
It's quite lucky that ended up in an execute there for Feb, otherwise that would have been an awful dive there. But, you take the small wins where you can get them with, only one actual death there as opposed to 2. But again, it's putting Big even further in the lead.
Yeah, and it's a Moo. He's starting to get rolling, man.
Still really want to see a blasting one built.
That assumes he is even going to go for the Demonic Embrace. I would expect him to, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he knows the forbidden technologies that we do not yet have access to.
I mean, with the Conqueror, I'd assume it'd end up being a Demonic Embrace, as that's what that room mostly leans towards.
I completely agree. But I've also learned not to predict people's builds live on stream.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're seeing... Oh, Dredgeline misses, apparently.
Yeah, Big Wall of Pain going to try and find something, but not quite giving enough. Feb spotted out on a control ward, so Big should know to play safe here. As we crest the 9-minute mark, the lead is 2,000 gold. And Big probably feeling quite comfortable in this game state.
Yeah, again, it's another one of their early game leads, and it does look like we're going to maybe see Dragon fight. No, not the case.
No, we're going to see top lane fight instead. Yuna and Gilongulate going blow for blow. The Grand Challenge is available. Ragnarok going to be thrown down as Gilongulate taken dangerously low. CC immune available for Yuna, and both top laners on double-digit HP. Going to look to regen themselves up before going back in. Yuna One axe would finish this. Is he going to be able to find it? No, the Undertow goes wide, running forward, collecting his axe, diving forward is Gulungulate, but he dives to his death. We're going to see a dragon fight in the bot lane, the Encore going through, and the Wombo combo finds a couple, but it's the Karthus that falls. The Requiem from Beyond the Grave answers back with a double, a third going to fall as Feb breaks the hearts of the Invictus, collecting another one on Davis.
That's one way to throw your lead. Well, saying that, they're still 300 gold ahead, but, you know, what was a decisive lead is now a very, very close lead. And, yeah, most of that gold as well does end up on the Diana, which, you know, going for this assassin build will just remove people from planet Earth.
Oh, Mr. Gardevoir has departed, I guess. We're going solo then. Oh, he's back. Are you okay?
Oh, okay. My Discord crashed. That's very cool.
That's always fun.
Yeah, getting back into the game. Yeah, we're starting to see, you know, some of these mythics picked up, or say some of them. We've got one mythic picked up here for Davis and the Zig, so we're seeing that a little bit of fighting in the mid lane, not much happening.
Wibbly's fine. The Diana has enough shielding, even though Chop does finally have the blasting wand that you were talking about earlier, although it may be a little bit too late for that.
Yeah, I'd say, aside from that dragon fight, a relatively tame game so far. We do see February looking now here for the Herald. So, yep, again, picked up, whether that gets taken mid or...
Yep. Flash forward though from Fall as the dredge line going to come down. Bullet time over the top, but it is interrupted by the Encore. Curse of the Sad Mummy going to net one on to the Karthus as teleports are channeled. Wibbly and Yuna joining the fight. Wibbly finding one. Will find a second. Is it going to be a third? Not before Chop answers back on to post-war truck. But it's a triple kill for the Diana. Wibbly is taking control.
So, not, you know, the worst trade in the world, since it does end up, you know, being 2 teleports burned there in order to answer back for those kills, but again, still not ideal, and that is now big falling behind. Only ever so slightly with, you know, 500 gold lead for the side here of Cursed Tides, but again, for what looked like such a clear-cut early game, it ain't looking too hot anymore.
Yeah, the game certainly getting a lot closer, and with a 5-kill Diana on the enemy team, it does start to become an uphill battle. Level up just about to be reached though for mid laners, and maybe to be honest, Deb's gonna look for the gank here and Fool and Killavilla under threat. Root nicely timed there from Fool. Gonna get his AD carry out to safety and might even be able to turn things around. Feb ticking away from the ignite as Killavilla outputs the damage required to keep that bot lane alive.
If those ults had been up there, I think that might have just ended up being a triple kill, honestly.
Well, they may look for a dive here as the depth charge, and the bullet time are about to come off of cooldown.
Important to note, though,
be careful.
Yeah, Wibbly is coming here.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, not going to find anything. Meanwhile, Chop on the top lane, looking for a gank, but again, it's, you know, both teams aren't managing to find much. Although they will know exactly where Chop is right now, as he is, you know, waltzing over a ward. Does look like he has cleared it out though, the sweeper, so. But yeah, with second dragon in 30 seconds, hopefully we can see Big with their, you know, numbers on the map right now, try and set up for this dragon and at least force them to walk into them. However, we are going to see the Killing Villa resetting here, which
Yeah.
is probably just going to give Cursed Tides free reign of the Drake here.
Oof. Ridley does so much damage, although I guess any champ does so much damage when they have 5 kills in the first 15 minutes of a game.
And a fully stacked seal, important to note.
Wait, it's fully stacked seal as well? Oh,
Yep.
man. Seems like Wibbly needs a trip to the library. Turn that ring into a book. Dragon, though, going to be started up on spawn by the Cursed Tides here. There should not be any contest. And there won't be. Chop now going to be dove on, though. The Diana does way too much damage. Nice flash, carries him away from the Encore. The 3-man moonfall from Wibbly. Gonna find one with a Heartbreaker for Feb as the bandage toss goes wide. A second Heartbreaker picks up a second kill. Requiem from Moist Swan finds the Fiora in the top lane as well. Yuna lines them up, and Moist Swan knocks him down.
That right there is a prime example of what I mean, you know, when the dive comp gets ahead, you know, we see hate crimes happen. I don't think I need to elaborate any further on what really happened there.
No. Diana did Diana things. She pressed her buttons, and people fell over. That's about all of the analysis I think you can really give. And this has gone in the last 6 or 7 minutes from being a relatively comfortable, you know, 2.5k gold lead for Big to them being in a near 4,000 gold hole.
But I just want to know if the ult from Moist 143 where the Requiem, was that intended to kill the Unongulate top lane, or was that for the team fight happening bot lane?
I don't know. Maybe it was called by Yuna, but I think it was going to be partially for the team fight bot anyway. We'll give him benefit of the doubt and say both.
I want to imagine the situation where Yuna's just been had his kill stolen and he's now tilted. Maybe that's a win angle for Big.
Maybe. But if we look at the gold, obviously Wibbly has the majority of the gold leaders. He's going to find another kill.
Yeah, we've just seen that gold lead.
Real point overanalyzing that assassination. But ooh, as we're gonna see a flash forward from Fool, knocks up the Karthus and tries to donate the kill to Dabis, but in the excitement of the moment, I think the Ignite has stolen that one.
Still, perfect use of the Hex Flash there, finding Moist Swan, you know, all by himself, and it's just got bombed.
Yeah, a very good use of the Mega Inferno Bomb there from Dabis as well, clearing out the bot lane as Killer Manila was still in the grave, unable to collect it himself.
Yeah, like, plays like that prove, you know, they might be 4k gold behind, but they still have a chance to get back into this game. Although, it's just been complete objective control here on the side of Cursed Tide. Both Dragons, they're going to, you know, pick up the second Herald completely uncontested.
I mean, you say complete control over the objectives. That first Dragon was very much contested by Big. They were just very unfortunate in how the fight played out.
Yeah. Yeah, we do see, you know, Chop on the top lane here. I don't think he's even going to look at attempting to kill this Olaf, because it's never going to go well.
But on the other side of the map, Fool is, we'll call that one an incident. Yeah, caught between a rock and a hard place in the river. Not able to flash over those walls, unfortunately. As the Herald going to be spawned up in the mid lane as Wibbly going to continue to dive forward. Another 3-man Moonfall lands. The Encore finds 2. And all the members of Big fall. Dabis the sole survivor, but he can't stop this Rift Herald on his own. That's going to be mid lane tier 2.
Yeah, let's say they do lose the... Oh. Fallen's DC'd. They did manage to find a... You know, 1k shutdown there for Dabis in the midst of the chaos. Oh, and there's the ports.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh,
A summoner has disconnected.
oh.
Nobody wants to play the game anymore.
Evidently. We are starting to get there, though.
But yeah, looking at this game, what is the win con here for Big right now?
All five members of Cursed Tides in the Baron Pit, hit by an Amumu ultimate, hit by a Misfortune ultimate, hit by a Ziggs ultimate. And then everyone falls over with Fiora for cleanup. That is how Big win this game, I think. That might be a bit of an extreme example. I think if Big are able to find any form of wombo combo onto 3 or more members, I think it could be enough. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the main issue is, just trying to stand face to face, especially, this Diana and Olaf will run through your team. Requiem doing a lot of damage right now.
Oh yeah.
That is us back in game. We'll probably get a brief moment of lag in a second, as normally comes with pauses, but yep, there it is.
The Fiora as well, as we watch Galungulate take a tower down, could be another one of these win conditions. If Big are able to at least hold back Cursed Tides from their base as a 4-man unit, they can just let the Fiora continue to shove out these side lanes, collect the objective bounty gold, and slowly start to creep Big back into this.
Yeah, one thing to note is, again, especially with this Ziggs, their ability to just stall waves, even in the end, if they want to commit ults, the Mega Inferno Bomb, the bullet time, they will actually struggle to get these waves to stick under the tower.
Now, the big sticking point for that is assuming that Cursed Tides are not able to collect Baron. If they pick up the Baron buff, the wave clear on Big does significantly get worse.
Oh, disconnected again? That is...
Possibly.
He's just standing there messing me up. There's the DC.
And there's another pause.
A summoner has disconnected.
There's not Clash this weekend, is there?
Don't believe there is.
No, I'm just thinking, because, Riot do always seem to break League of Legends.
What you mean? You mean they update the game? But yeah, it doesn't seem to be just specific players, as there are multiple people currently complaining about these lags that they're getting.
Mm.
So here's to hoping it doesn't end up entirely ruining this game from here onwards. Although saying that, looking at Big with 5k gold lead, no, sorry, not 5k, 4k, I can't do maths. 3 dragons to their name, multiple towers.
Oh, Wibbly. Big flash, move forward, dodged away from very well by the carries of Big, and the team fight's going to turn around here. We get the pause bug, and the positioning on this team fight is going to be very, very interesting. We've already seen the bullet time cancelled, the Mega Inferno Bomb has landed. And the teleport being channeled by the Fiora to come in on the backside. Can I get a prediction on how this team fight's going to play out? As we're going to see Fall falling quickly as his AD carry does as well. A 3rd kill picked up by the Olaf as Yuna running riot through the team fight. 2 kills picked up by Dabis. Galungulate picks up a 3rd, and it's an even team fight so far as the Grand Challenge goes down. The Fiora does fall as Dabis going to look to pick up one more. Cannot quite find Moist Swan ticking. No. 5 for 3 on the fight.
One thing I do want to say is, with the unfortunate timing of that pause, you know, Wibbly's flank was in complete daylight there. So which is, you know, what led to them managing to, you know, flash out that original moon, or the initial moonfall. But either way, what did look like it was going to be a clear-cut fight, they do manage to find 3 kills in the midst of it, so it's not the worst thing in the end.
Well, and a lot of the gold went onto the Ziggs as well. If Dabis is able to get going a little bit here, then maybe there's a hope, maybe there's a prayer. The poke and the wave clear could be crucial, as it looks like Cursed Tide's starting to set up for Baron.
Yeah, again, as we said, you know, with the Ziggs, the MF, both really good champions at stalling these waves. Baron is one easy way to just push straight through it. Because, you know, the Amumu, Nautilus, Fiora, they're all going to struggle to even really approach the wave when, you know, they just risk getting, you know, annihilated by these dive champions. Again, 10, 1, and 8 Diana, and, you know, the rest of the crew just scaling alongside.
Yeah. And the rest of the crew's scaling being expedited a little bit, you imagine, by the 10 and 1 Diana, as Galungulate, going to be the target here, is going to be chopped to pieces. Tries to proc the Vitals, cannot quite activate the Grand Challenge, and Wibbly collects kill number 11.
Yeah, it's just... manages to, you know, eat up the Viego stun there with the parry, but it's just, you know, by herself, we're only 1.5 items, it's just not enough damage there in order to find anything, unfortunately. That's just the Crescent Strike. MF's HP, 1/3 of it gone.
I can feel the tears of all AD carry mains everywhere flowing freely just from watching that.
Should just end up being a free Baron here, and you know, Yuna is still going unanswered. We do see the bullet time and the Mega Inferno bomb
Yeah,
committed.
big engage comes through from Chop actually. Curse of the Sad Mummy onto 3. The Encore only hits 1, and Dabis finds the first kill on the fight. Wibbly, big Moonfall onto 2, but it's just the tanks trying to pin down this Diana. Going to be unsuccessful as an engage comes through from Dabis. 1 for 2 on the fight, but Baron in the favour of Cursed Tides.
Yeah, and unfortunately they're like, burning that bullet time on the Baron means that, you know, MF can't throw that into that little melee that happened there, because that is where most of, you know, lethality, misfortune, and strength comes from, is just the absurd damage that bullet time outputs during a fight.
Yeah, and if that was able to go down while 3 members of Cursed Tides were stunned up in the Curse of the Sad Mummy, it could have been a completely different fight.
Yeah, Baron, 8k gold lead. If they manage to come back from this, it'll be a Christmas miracle.
If they manage to come back from this, it will be deserved. It will either be completely deserved through good play, or through Cursed Tides handing them the game on a silver platter. Yuna potentially under threat here from Chop. Killamilla and Galungulate in the area. The slow lands. It's going to come through as well, as the Ragnarok's going to be popped, and Yuna's going to just turn this round onto the Misfortune. Finds one in the 1v4, and now the rest of the team are here. The squad have arrived, and it's going to spell the doom for Big. Yuna still ticking away from the burn, finally going to fall, but not before taking the majority of B Invictus with them.
So they do manage to, you know, finds 2 kills in that fight, but, you know, Wibbly isn't even there, and he's just breaking the base wide open here. Again, Diana with a lot of damage, completely melts structures, objectives of alike, and, you know, forcing Big all the way back into their base is going to pretty much set them up here to get presence on this dragon beforehand. Although saying that, you know, still 10 seconds before February can respawn, which means they will have about, you know, a 3-second jungler advantage here, but again, I don't think it's going to matter when you can't really walk into this team without any prior setup. And yeah, Cursed Tides know that, as, you know, February isn't even alive, they're going to start it.
Yeah,
But we are seeing, yeah.
That's an aggressive teleport from Galungulate into the middle of 3. Does set up the interesting fight here. This would be Soul Cursed Tides if they are to secure this dragon. But a lot of posturing, and B Invictus seem to have pushed them off. The Viego and the Olaf, though, hexgating into the backline. Yuna and Feb risky. Big bullet time's not going to actually find all that much damage as the Ragnarok, allowing Yuna to run. Riot Wibbly finds the backline Moonfall onto 2, picks up Killer Vanilla as Zhonya's going to keep him alive for now. Davis will answer back with 1, but it's going to just be a consolation. Cursed Tides take the fight, and they're going to take the game.
Yeah, that's... What looked like, you know, such a promising start there for the side of the Invictus, and it all crumbled at that first dragon, and again, dive comp gets ahead. Comp that isn't dive losers.
Yeah, pretty much. We said it at the top of the game. If Cursed Tides were to get a lead, they could run away with the game. It looked good to start with, but then they... Yeah, I don't know. The incidents